Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture. Till previous lecture, we have covered some basic file system knowledge about our Kali Linux system, or you can say Linux system, because you will find these directories and these commands very common in each and every Linux distribution you are going to use, whether it's a Kali Linux or a Ubuntu or any Linux distribution you are going to use on your system. So these commands are similar, but the distributions are different, so don't be worried if you are using Ubuntu or any other Linux distribution. So let's get started with the basic commands of Linux. So as you can see, I'm on my Linux virtual machine and here we have a graphical user interface. Since we are going to use terminal, but let me show you how graphical user interface looks like. So as we click on home directory button, you can see we have some files here, some document directory, some download directory, some music, there are some text files, and there are some Python files as well. Now if you want to list all these directories in your terminal, how can you do that? So first command we have, that is ls. So before using that command, let's maximize the size of our font, and you can do it by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus plus. So as you can see, we have enlarged the size of our text. So let's type here ls, and as I hit enter, it will list all the directories present in our home directory. So let's press enter, and as we can see, we have the output for our command, that is all the directories present in our Kali directory. We have document directory here, we have music directory here, we have some text files and some Python file as well. So now if you want to list directories present in the documents, suppose you have some files inside document directory, so how will you list all the directories present in documents? Just simply you have to type command cd. Now what cd stands for is change directory or changing directories. So once you type cd and the name of directory you are destined to go, it will directly change your directory location. Suppose we will just type cd doc and we will hit tab button to complete its name. It is a shortcut to complete name instead of typing the whole name if it's longer. So you just have to type some alphabets of that directory and just hit tab or the arrow key if it is showing on your terminal. So as we hit enter, as you can see, it is stating that we are in the documents directory, and if we type ls here, you can see there is nothing inside this directory because we haven't created anything inside our document directory yet. In the next videos or in the further lectures, we are going to look into how to create directories, how to manipulate them, how to delete them. But in this lecture, we are just exploring the directories. Now we can also do this using graphical user interface, like we are in this file manager and we are inside our Kali directory, and as we can see, we have the documents directory right here. So if we click here, you can see there is nothing inside it, and if we create any folder, just to name it anything dgk, and as you can see, we have created this folder. And now if we will go to the terminal and we will type ls, you can see we have our folder named dkj. And if we go back on the graphical user interface and we just delete this folder and again go to the terminal and we will type ls, you can see there is nothing inside documents directory. Now suppose you want to see what's inside the downloads directory and you don't want to change your directory time to time, because it is very inconvenient that you are constantly changing your directory, going back to other directory, then going to the directory you are destined to look files into. So it's better to know the location of the directory you want to see files, you want to see the files of. So just type ls and /home/Kali, and since the download directory inside the Kali directory, we will type down, or we will just type dow and press tab and hit enter. As you can see, we have some files installed in our document directory, that is AnyDesk, some Python MSI file, some shell.exe. But the interesting part is we are still in the documents directory. So if we'll just type ls, we are inside our document directory. And if you want to confirm in which directory you are working with, there is a command pwd that prints the working directory. So we will just type pwd and hit enter, and as you can see, we are inside /home/kali/document directory, and we have checked the download directories files. There is an interesting shortcut that you can use your keyboard's upper arrow key to see which previous command you have used, and you can use it again. So we will just go back to the previous command that we have used to list the directories inside or file inside the downloads directory. We will just hit enter, and as you can see, we can see the files or the folders inside downloads directory without even changing our directory. We are still in documents directory. Now, how will you go back to the home directory or Kali directory? So there is a command with cd, that is cd dot dot. Now this dot is just a backspace, because when you explore folder and directories inside your Windows, once you type backspace, you go back to the directory you came from. So once we hit enter, and as you can see, we are again inside our Kali directory. Once we check with the pwd, and it says we are inside /home/kali directory. Now suppose we go to the download directory once again, and since here we list all the folders, we go to the shell.exe or any other folder in case, but now we want to go directly to the home directory instead of just typing cd dot dot again and again. So what command you will type is cd and this symbol. So just hit enter, and you will directly be located at the home directory. Once we check with pwd, as you can see, we are in home/kali directory. Now we have few commands like help command. So what help command do is get to know about what a particular command do, because maybe you are a beginner in Linux or you are new to Linux and don't know what ls command do, how it works, what cd command do, and what are the version of these commands, and what other options you can use with these commands. So you can just type the command name and --help to get to know more about a particular command. So for example, we will type just ls here and --help, and once we hit enter, we will get a big help menu for this command. So once we hit enter, as you can see, we have got a big help menu. We will scroll a little bit up, and you can see there is a usage here. So to use this command, we have to type ls and option with this command and the file name. What are these options? There are some options like -a to list all the directories that are ignored by the previous command, that is ls, because once we type just ls, it will ignore some hidden files such as git files. Git files are always hidden in our system, so we cannot see those git files normally using just ls command. We have some other options as well. You can take a pause in this video, or you can take a pause while doing practical and try these commands as well. So to give you a good example in this command like ls-a, so we will just type ls-a here and we will hit enter, and as you can see in the previous output, we didn't got these many files that are starting with dot extension. Just type it normally and you can see the difference between ls-a and just ls command. I will also show you how to create a hidden file inside Linux in further lectures, but till now you have got to know how to view or how to see the hidden files inside a Kali Linux or any Linux system. Just type ls-a and you will get to see all the hidden files inside the Linux. There is also one command that is a manual command that will give you a big manual for any command. So if you will type man and ls, you can see it gives a big manual for this user command. It tells us its name, that is list directory content. it gives its synopsis, that is list, then we have to type option, then file name, and it gives a big description and all the mandatory arguments to be used in this command. And we can type Q to exit from this command, from this manual. And here we complete our first part of basic commands. In the next lectures, I'm going to take you through some more exciting and more better and basic commands of Linux system.